AM 1170. The Answer, KCBQ.
Hey, this is Stephen Wener. I am back, and we are going to be starting off this segment not with my sugar high, as I mentioned, right? I didn't eat that much sugar. But we have Kathryn Vaughn, and Kathryn, you are doing something incredibly special because you're an attorney. You and your husband are attorneys, but you're also really donating a lot of time to the USO and helping out active military members. And with Thanksgiving coming up, I'd love for you to share what the USO is putting on and how the USO is really helping those people that are on base with Thanksgiving and their meals.
Well, thank you. The USO has been serving Thanksgiving dinner to our military for probably over 75 years. And about 4 years ago, we started working at Camp Pendleton and serving our Thanksgiving dinners there. And it's grown each year. And this year, we've been asked to serve 2,000 dinners to our active military on base at Camp Pendleton. So we've raised some of the money, but right now we need $13,000 more. Costs about $14 for each dinner. And we're also looking...
Having fun here. Sorry about that, Kathryn.
It's okay. And we're also, we need pies. So we're looking for maybe a vendor out there that would like to donate pies for the dinner that day. And we will start serving the dinners during the week because everybody has a duty schedule, and we'll be serving all day on Thanksgiving. So if you'd like to volunteer, we'd love to have your support.
And how do they contact you, Kathryn?
Well, they can contact the USO, and the liaison for that is Mr. Tom Garcia, and his phone number is 760-458-5780, and he would love to receive a phone call.
We're going to repeat it one more time here. Give me a second. If you're listening right now, the military does some amazing, amazing things for each and every one of us, and it's an amazing group of people. And the sacrifices they make, people don't realize. I happened to see, my name's Jason Hall, and I happened to see the movie that came out this week and produced by Jason Hall. Thank you for your service.
Yep.
Now, my dad passed this year. He was 100% VA disabled. He had PTSD. It's exactly what the movie was about. Very emotional for somebody that was a son of a vet. But it also reconnected me with so many people are going through issues. And what a simple thing to give back, do a dinner, do, like you're saying, a dessert, like a pie. So if you're listening, please take down this number, record it. You got smartphones, you can listen right now. Hit this record button. Kathryn, repeat that number, USO. This goes directly to Tom Garcia.
Tom Garcia, he's also the founder of this program, the advisory board member, and his number is 760-458-5780. And, I first started volunteering up at Camp Pendleton. They have the Marine Corps trials, the Wounded Warrior trials, and I'll never forget, I saw a gentleman standing there in archery. He had a missing arm. Mm-hmm. He had 2 missing legs, but he stood there proudly. He pulled back that bow, and he got a bullseye. And I thought to myself, if he can stand there proudly and he served our country, I can give my time.
Yeah, absolutely. The time and or the money. So, you're giving your time and your money, but if you're listening right now, you can give time probably by calling Tom, connect, and do things. You guys can always, I imagine, use additional volunteers. I'm handing you my card. I want to make sure I either volunteer my time and or some additional funds to help that support hit your goal of $13,000. It's a big thing for me is serving our military. They've served us. My dad taught me that way. I don't want to get too much politics when it comes to, the flag and other things, but the people who've given, they're willing to run at bullets on a second's notice from sometimes a supervisor who they don't like, they don't respect, but they're required to do so in that position. And you don't ask why. You have to do what you're asked to do, and they do it, and they love to do it, and they've given sometimes their life and limbs, as you're mentioning. And for us to do something so small as volunteer on helping the dinner night, maybe donate $1,000, $500 to help get some additional desserts like the pies, is a no-brainer to me. So I'm hoping right now, those listening, please do yourself, do your country, do San Diego, do the service people here in San Diego a huge thank you, and thank them for their service. That's what that movie was about.
when I go, there's something I always remember. A lot of these that serve are very young. You know, they're 18 to 21, and they put their lives on the line. And you just give them a moment of giving them thanks for their service and have a little fun. And it's like, you're not with your family, but for that day, we're your family.
Absolutely.
We're your mom, your dad, your aunt, your uncle, and maybe a whipped cream fight or something. But, you know, it's important that they know we care about them.
Whipped cream fights are important.
Yeah, they're important.
Just to have fun. Yeah,
Have
it's
fun.
just because that's what you do with family, right?
Yeah.
And they're not with their family, and that's why we're trying to do this. And that's awesome that you guys do that. And I can see the emotions in you, Kathryn. We've never met till 5 minutes before the show started. I can tell how much this means to you, and I really do appreciate the service and the time you put to volunteer, help organize, and even come on to the radio show. Again, you're listening to AM 1170 The Answer. This is Whissel Wednesdays. Your host in today is Steve Wener of Whissel Realty, the co-host, myself, Jason Hall, Team Home Loans. But thank you so much, Kathryn.
I wanted to ask you, Kathryn, you mentioned pies. Who would be an ideal vendor? I mean, if we had to try to just call somebody out on radio.
Well, we used to have a vendor, a restaurant that was able to supply the pies, and this year they can't. So we need somebody to replace the pies from,
Are
a
there names
restaurant.
that you would want to say on the air?
Yeah,
So
Whissel
they-
Realty Team Home Loans. I know that.
We're gonna make some pies?
Me and Kyle are definitely going to step up.
And maybe out there's some restaurants, some, just stores that have
Absolutely.
pies, and they want to, we need quite a few. So.
We should reach out to people in Julian as well.
Yeah, everywhere. I mean, and you
Right.
it might
Love
be your
those
business
pies.
right now that, maybe it's your business that could help, right? Maybe it's not you personally, but maybe your business, maybe your friend, family member, neighbor. There's so many that may have extra stuff, and this is a great opportunity. And it's sad that the one business is unable to do it simply probably because of financial reasons.
Absolutely. It takes a team, but when everybody gives one part of it, and the return is priceless.
Of course. Where can people donate money as well? Because you're mentioning you're short.
Yes, so you can send the money to the USO San Diego, and the address is 303 A Street, Suite 100, San Diego 92101. And we would love to receive some money from you, and it will really make a difference for our military.
You want to repeat that one more time,
please
Steve?
repeat that one more time.
The address is 303 A Street, Suite 100, San Diego, California 92101.
And are there other things that you specifically wanted to share? Because I know that you also brought some notes that you thought were critical for our listeners. So is there anything else that you want people to know?
I just wanted to share. A lot of people ask me, how can I help the military? And I know, my father served in the Army, and my husband's father, they were in the Korean War, and family in Vietnam, and we have a lot of ties to our military, and so this is an opportunity for everybody in one small way to give back and support them.
What I find fantastic is there are so many organizations that are built around supporting our military. And I'm Canadian, originally coming from Canada. Most of my life was over there. And the military isn't really built into the fabric of our society. And then that was one of the biggest things that I saw after I moved here, and then especially as I started to build my real estate business back up here after I left Canada. And the amount of veterans that I've had the pleasure of serving, and all the different stories of whether it's people that come back missing a limb or PTSD or just things that they have to reconnect with on their family. The sacrifices are immense. And Jason, what you mentioned, and again, your mentioning of the family history that you have with the military, I mean, we can never quite fathom. I don't have that connection. Myself, personally, I didn't grow up with it, but to now serve people that are active or retired, and I hear their stories and what they've done and how their family supported them, I think this is a small drop in the bucket for us to give back to those.
The key is,
so
Steve,
much.
you appreciate it, right?
Absolutely.
Coming from Canada, now being here, being in San Diego now for many years, and serving all the military families you've served, you now really appreciate their sacrifice because you appreciate the United States, right? You still love Canada and have certain stuff there, but you love the United States.
I can't even fathom moving that often. I made one move from Canada to San Diego, and that was crazy. I'm like, these people are moving every 3 to 4 years. I'm like, what?
Yeah, sometimes every 3 or 4 months I've seen stuff. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. So let's bring Rick a little bit in here. Rick, what do you got on the military? Anything you want to add?
Similar to Steve, I'm originally from Mexico, so I don't have those ties, and I won't go into the military in Mexico because that's another.
It's a whole other issue.
It's a whole other issue. But yeah, definitely appreciate it. I've had the privilege of working with many former military. And you're right, they are amazing people, and anything we can do to give back, I think it's wonderful.
Yeah, Kathryn, what week are you serving that dinner?
Well, we're going to be serving the week prior to of Thanksgiving week, and then all Thanksgiving Day.
Okay, so all week that week, and then Thanksgiving Day. So if you want to volunteer, reach out to Kathryn. Hit her on the USO San Diego. You can also always text us. This goes directly to Kyle Whissel, 619-663-7355. Again, 619-663-7355. That's Kyle's text line for Whissel Wednesday. Any guests we've had on the show, any comments, anything that you want to share, please text Kyle to that number.
Yeah, and again, just while we're on the air right now, thank you to all the active military, all the retired military, and everything that the USO does and works to support the people that are in need. And you are also mentioning that they're really focused on the younger type of Marine on the base, right? Can you also share a little bit about those particular people and their needs?
Well, if you look at our services and everyone, there's a very young group of men and women that serve. And so, like I said, 18 to 21, some have never been away from home.
Probably 60-70% are under 21.
Oh, yes, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're on those flight decks. They're out there giving 24 hours a day for our country, and they're away from home.
Yeah.
And this is a little way to give back. And you were talking about what I have my freedom, and every day I don't forget that I have my freedom. I'm a lawyer. I stand up, fight for constitutional rights. But I have those because I know we have a military and
people willing to serve, like the young people you're talking about.
That's right.
Because if we don't have a military, we're not going to have the stuff we have there.
Yeah.
I know we're wrapping it up, but what do we got coming up after the break here, Steve?
We are going to have Mr. Rick Itzkowich with the W. I've been saying it incorrectly. My apologies.
No worries.
And Rick has a very, very fine-tuned skill set to help a lot of entrepreneurs out there. So we look forward to having Rick on after we come back from this break. I'm Stephen Wener, 1170 AM, The Answer.